Good evening, family, friends, Facebook people. I wanted to share what's going on with me, and it has been for a minute, because it's pretty transformative what I have been through in the last year. I think all things happen for a reason. When I got my 17th ban from Facebook for saying white trash, because apparently that's hate speech. Well, usually that means I'm going away from someplace. I'm going away from Facebook. This time was different because this time I was going to a place. Can't say I was ready for it, but it was. Because in the last 4 weeks that I've been banned on Facebook, I got to go somewhere. I got to visit hell. Living hell. Now, I've been to hell before. As a child, I pretty much lived in hell. When I was about 9 or 10, I remember an incident with my stepfather where he came into my bedroom and he was angry about something, I don't know. But he picked me up by the ankle with one hand and he threw me and slammed me into a wall. And I remember thinking, I'm a 10-year-old child and I'm flying through the air. It was really weird. But I didn't cry. It wasn't maybe a year or two after that. There was another incident where he basically threw me down the basement stairs. And as I was laying on the cold concrete in the basement, my mother walked downstairs and she kicked me. And then she trotted her ass right up the stairs. And I laid there for almost 24 hours on that cold concrete floor before I just had to take a piss and I had to get up, go upstairs and do it. And I got on with my life. But that was hell. But there's this guy named Rumi, and he said, the wound is where the light comes in. And I think I was able to let the light in to those wounds from when I was a child. And I think they've inspired me a lot to become involved with the mission that I'm in. But this hell has been real different. This hell comes from another broken person. My stepfather was a broken person. About 16 months ago, I took a man into my home. I'm getting teased a bit for being a Captain Save-A-Ho over that. But this broken person came into my home. It was supposed to be for a couple of weeks between oil rig jobs. Turned out it hadn't been an oil rig job in 2 years. But this person was very broken. But while with some broken people, the wound is where the light comes in, with other people, that opening is where poison comes in. It can rush in. You get big enough wounds, it just pours in. And I never before thought that anybody was beyond help before meeting this person. Because when that poison gets inside of you, it eats your humanity. It corrodes what's human about you. And when this man kept wounding me and wounding me and wounding me and wounding me, his poison was spilling into me. And I became an ugly thing like he is. I became broken, and what is human about me was being eaten away to the point where I lost being able to see him as human. You know, when my stepfather picked me up and threw me like that, I was a thing to him, like a tennis racket. Or with my mother, I was like a football. I was not a human to them. I was an object. And I lived with this man who sees people as objects. And I think, you know, he was broken as a child, and he was seen as an object and treated like an object. He learned this from somewhere, as I have learned that. I have learned how to see somebody as not a human. And that's an ugly, ugly thing that's happened to me. You know, I tried to help this person. He doesn't see it that way because he's a narcissist, but I can't help that. You know, I had him psychiatrically committed twice. I facilitated his acceptance into rehabs twice. He's been, I guess, at least once more since then, failed rehab attempts for cocaine and alcohol, which is more poison that he puts in his own self. And this last 4 weeks that I've been banned, I've had to really suffer. He stalks me daily. Keeps throwing his poison at me. Got four voicemails tonight, and he's sick. He's just really, really filled with poison, and there's no light left in there. But what started happening to me was I was turning into someone like that. It's ugly. I think everything happens for a reason, and I think this was one of the hardest lessons that I've had to learn in my life. I've never been hated like this. I was married for 15 years, and I never threw a cold drink on my husband in 15 years. Of course, he never treated me like that. Still glad I divorced him, but I have never been treated so horribly as the abuse that I have been through in the last year. And I kept my mouth shut about it for months because I was embarrassed, ashamed, and I was hopeful that he would change. It's not in my vision to see that for him anymore. And I'm sorry about that, but I cannot allow myself to become what he is. For all the holes in me, for all the wounds, honey, if there's any light, I am lit up like a fucking Christmas tree, okay? There are some serious wounds, but I am not going to be that person, because he's the only person I still, when I envision him, he's a thing. And when I started treating him like he was treating me, it was ugly. It's ugly. And many of you are aware of what's been going on. Some of you ran like hell. That's on you, you know. Don't blame you. It's scary shit. He started threatening, you know, death threats to Ed. God bless you, my best friend in the whole world, for taking on a lot of this burden on my behalf. God bless you. Thank you. Some of you tried to slip out the door And a couple of you I tripped, like Jeffrey on the way out the door. I tripped you and you said, okay, well, damn, okay, I'm sticking around and God bless you. You did. You did. But for some of you, there aren't words to thank you enough for standing by me and supporting me, even as ugly as I know that you've seen me become. But the last couple of days have been somehow kind of transformative, and I've cleaned it up. I've scrubbed, cleaned out, vomited that poison out of me. And this is a person who's still wounded, but the light is there thanks to the love of the people who stuck it out. So, been to hell, and I kept on going. So I'm out, and I'll be back doing my mission work. Son of a bitch, I hope he goes to jail. It would be where both of us are most safe. But there's just too much love out there, and that's where I want to go, and that's where I'm coming home to. So thank you. I love you.